Hi everyone, welcome to DIY Ideas. Today I have a lovely loop scarf to show you. So I'm going to show you how you can do that, and here is a little sneak peek of what it looks like. So you can see here a lovely color gradient, this kind of greenish silvery tone, and then this minty shade. And yeah, it's going to be super cuddly, warm for the winter, and let's get started right away. So you guys, here is the wool that I used. It's called Scarfy from Lion brand yarns. And yeah, it's one of my favorite ones, I have to say, and there is a hidden color gradient on the inside. So you can see on here, one ball makes one hat, one winter hat, or one scarf. If you use 5 pieces, you can even get a sweater out of this. So yeah, the color is number 217. Or mint silver. And yeah, here's the weight and the length, and it's for a 5.5 millimeter hook or knitting needle, depending on what you want to use. So yeah, I'm gonna use my 6 millimeter one, and yeah, so let's get started right away. Okay, so this was a little bit more difficult than what I'm used to, but it's not too bad. I was still able to find the middle. So yeah, here is our beginning thread, and let's get started. Okay, so now we're not counting our chains. Instead, we're just going to chain a certain length, and I'm going to do 120, 130 centimeters, and that's where the measuring tape also comes into play. Okay, so this now has the length that I like, and now I'm gonna take a look that I have no twists, knots, or anything weird going on, because we are gonna connect it into a loop right away. So just go section by section and check everything out. There we go, and I'll show you from a bit further away. You can see here the entire thing. So I checked every section, and now what we want to do is just connect the beginning with the end. There we go. So yeah, we're just doing a slip stitch in here, so yarn over and just pull through both at the same time. And yeah, this way we get a nice loop, and that's going to be the shape of our scarf later. So now we're going to start our first row with the pattern. So we're chaining 3 for the height, and then we're going to do a treble. There we go. So through 2 and then through 2 again, and we're just going to keep going. So we're doing trebles into every stitch that we see. So I'll do a bit, and then I'll show you the entire row when I'm done. Okay, you guys, so now I did a slip stitch, or I'm doing a slip stitch to connect this and finish up this first row. And now what we're gonna do is again start the second row. So we're doing 2 chains for the height instead of 3. And then again yarn over. And we're not going to go into the stitch on top here. Instead, we're going here between the 2 trebles of the last row. So the biggest spot that you can find in here, that's where you go through. And then we again do another treble. So this way, I'm just going in a little bit deeper than what we usually do, and that's going to yield a really great result in the end. And then we're just doing trebles for the entire row, just like last time. So a little bit of the gradient is already in here, but it is gonna show up later and gonna be a bit more obvious. This is also a really fast project. There we go. So I'll finish this and then I'll be back. Here we go, and you can see the minty shade and what a contrast it is with the silvery grayish shade that we started with. So yeah, this is our entire second round or row, and now what we want to do is finish up this last one. So I do have one last treble to do, and then I'm again, just like before, gonna connect to this with a slip stitch, and that's always gonna stay the same. So let's do that really quick. And then we can again start the next row or round with 2 chains for the height. And then we're gonna continue in the exact same manner like before. So we're gonna go deeper into the biggest spot that you can find here between the 2 trebles of the last row. And you can see how fast this project is. So I'm working on these stitches and it's really amazing how fast I'm doing them. And yeah, we have here a couple more color changes and a lot more wool to do. So I'll do this and then I'll show you what I have. Here is a little update for now. So you can see here the color changes that we have. So we have a little bit of the lighter gray that we started with, then a minty stripe in here, and then we have a little bit darker one. So here is the change between the rows. And yeah, you can see the color changes again happening in the next couple of rows. I still have a lot of wool to do, so I'm gonna finish that up. And then I'm going to show you what I have. So we do have a couple more color changes in here, as you can see. So I'll see you again when I have the scarf almost done. Okay, you guys, so here we have now our scarf that's about 16 centimeters wide. You can of course do this wider or narrower depending on what you want and how much wool you have. But I'm going to show you I have just a tiny bit left over. And it's in the gray shade. And yeah, I think I'm gonna stop right here. I might do one finishing row that's actually not gonna be in the pattern. I'm just gonna do some singles so that it looks nice and is a bit more stable. So we're doing 1 chain for the height here, and then we're just doing single crochets throughout the entire thing into every stitch that we see here. I think I'm gonna do them deeper too. That way we get the same look, the same design throughout the entire thing. Okay, so now after I've done this, I'm pretty much done and satisfied as well. So I'm pulling this out. I have just a tiny bit of yarn left over, and then I'm gonna tighten this a little bit to keep it in place. And then I'm gonna show you a trick how to hide where you actually stopped. So you see where my thread is, the leftover yarn, and then this stitch that's supposed to be the next one or is actually the first one. We're just gonna go through with our yarn, pull the whole thing out, there we go. And then when we do that, we're just gonna guide it back so that it looks like a fake, or so that it looks like a real stitch but it's actually a fake stitch. There we go. I think this this is good now. Yeah, of course, this is gonna be woven in the end so that we can hide it as well. And yeah, we're done. This is the end result, and I hope you like the stripes that we have here. I can definitely say that this is super, super cuddly. It's also going to keep you warm because the wool simply has this quality and it is made for keeping you warm. You can see the texture as well. It's pretty light, although pretty cuddly. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Feel free to shoot a thumbs up if you did. You can also subscribe to our channel and that way stay updated with all of our new projects that we post. And otherwise, I hope you guys had fun with us and I hope to see you in our next video. Until then, have a wonderful day. Bye!